What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. So I never talked about this on the channel, but what a great time to talk about it right now. Nelly and Snoop. Nelly performed at Donald Trump's inauguration celebration. Snoop Dogg performed at a crypto ball, which was another MAGA affiliated, MAGA sponsored event. And both of these performing artists face backlash for performing at these events, right? They face backlash from their fans and the black community, etc. And so, since receiving that backlash, Nelly went on Willie D's platform and was talking about basically, why, he supports the office no matter who's in it. And he thought people supported him for the other philanthropic work that he's done over the years. He didn't think people supported him due to who the president is and due to who he performs for. I'm paraphrasing, but he said some things along those lines. Basically, like, he really was talking in circles, but in so many words, he was questioning why would people switch up on him. He couldn't, basically, he was bewildered at why people would switch up on him for performing at the inauguration celebration. Snoop, he didn't really give a long speech, or he didn't do an interview addressing it in any way, but he was in his car the other day and he was talking about basically he's still a black man no matter what. He's still living, he got his stuff together, got his stuff right. You know what I'm saying? So he's still a black man no matter what, all this type of stuff, right? And so to me, it seems that the backlash is bothering them. Let me just say this. Nelly and Snoop have a right to support whoever they want to support as far as like the presidency goes. If they want to perform for Donald Trump, they can do that. But I want to remind them that people have a right to respond however they want to respond to them performing at these events. You can get upset, but people have a right to respond in whatever way they want to respond to you performing at these events. And these are two artists that have to understand, know your, should I say know your personnel, but know your fan base. Nelly, brother, you don't have a fan base to be performing at a Donald Trump event and you get out scot-free. You get out unscathed. You don't have a fan base. Like, listen, no matter how many times you might have did a country crossover song, your audience is not Tim McGraw's audience. It's not. Even though we love that over and over again, because it's all in my head. It's in your head. I wish I could sing too. It's in your head if you think your audience is Tim McGraw. Your audience is black folks. Black folks. I'm talking about blackety black folks. You feel me? And your audience is not going to, you have to have known your audience wasn't going to accept that. You know what I mean? If you don't want your business to be affected in any way, you got to understand who your audience is. Same way Denzel Washington understands who his audience is, which is why, from what I understand, we ain't never seen Denzel kiss no white woman on screen to this day. Because he knows his audience is a strong part of his audience is black women. He know that. So, now some people would say that's fickle. And okay, if you feel like that, that's fine. The same way some people would say, well, that's fickle for people to only want to mess with Nelly depending on who he performs for. You right to feel like that. But the fact remains that Nelly's fan base is going to respond how they want to respond. And he know his fan base ain't the type that's going to ride for nothing like that. They not. Your fan base is is not the country crowd. Confederate flag flying. Your audience is not a MAGA base. You know that. Now, Snoop, people who really listen to Snoop music for real, especially the beginnings of Snoop, they're not a MAGA crowd either. Now, Snoop has become more of a household name than Nelly. Like, Snoop is worldwide. So people is MAGA folks that really like Snoop and like seeing him on screen and like being around and being in his presence, because Snoop has become like this, I shouldn't say caricature of who he was, but I shouldn't say that, but he's become this like fun-loving individual that everybody wants to be around and bring on their platforms to get their platforms booming. And he's been welcomed in many different households. much more than Nelly has. You know, which, and it's ironic to think that, because Snoop was a gangster rapper, and Nelly was rapping street stuff too, but Nelly was always using melodies. Snoop's origins was hardcore, like gangster rap, gang banging, crip music. You feel me? To the core. You know, and so it's ironic to see that Snoop has now become the bigger household name than Nelly could even imagine, even though Nelly's lead single, Country Grammar, involved using a nursery rhyme in the hook. Even though he said street sweeper baby, cocked ready to let it go. And a lot of people didn't even know he was saying that. But anyway, back to my original point. Like, yeah, you got to know your audience, man, in any situation. Because I'm hearing now Nelly was supposed to be doing a TV show. He had a TV show in the works with with Ashanti. Because everybody is super happy. They were super happy for Ashanti and Nelly rekindling their relationship, getting married, having a child. Nelly been smiling. He been showing all his teeth since he been with Ashanti. People have been happy for them. It's like, okay, they are in bliss. We support them. Everybody been clapping it up for them everywhere they go, right? And so he wanted to capitalize off of that. Hey, let's do a TV show. And now I'm hearing he's worried about how this TV show's ratings will do due to his performing at Donald Trump's inauguration celebration. And I'm like, brother, you should have thought about that before you agreed to do it. Because y'all saw what happened to Chrisette Michele. Now, it was easier to let Chrisette Michele go because Chrisette Michele does not have a discography that is so intertwined with black functions and all different type of black events. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna play Nelly at the cookout, at the fish fry, at the barbecue, at the birthday party, at the baby shower, more than you would play Chrisette Michele. But you gotta understand that. And then when I'm hearing he has a residency coming up, some would say, was it a money play? Was it a money play? Did you need some money and then it happened? And you agreed to do that? And listen, a lot of folks I need some damn money in this world. But there's certain things I'm just not going to do based upon my integrity and what I stand for. And Nelly probably felt like he wasn't in the wrong because his family started using that. My people served in the military. He using that angle. But his fan base ain't trying to hear that. And you know, and he got to understand that, man. Snoop got to understand too.